probably have some nice. Thanks for recording. Just some probably short brainstorming just to gather some ideas because there's kind of a little bit quirky on how it works. So let me just copy the item. So basically, let me share my screen. Okay. The context is that there's this infra dev issue that basically we want to have a mechanism to defer certain psychic jobs. In the case of where there's a runaway worker that uses too much resources in the database, for example. So we want to have a mechanism to immediately kind of stop this worker or defer them to run in another time. So my idea is to, it is brainstorming, previous brainstorming session with Sylvester also. So with the feature flag, so we can introduce a new actor type of worker. So we currently have those users, groups, repository, and we can extend with a worker. So what this means, if we run this in the chat ops, there will be a psychic middleware that would look something like this. So it's a server psychic middleware that would check whether the default static jobs is turned on for the particular worker class. So what this means, if this is on, if the default job is on, then it will run a perform in with a certain delay, let's say 5 minutes. So this will just defer all the jobs within that worker 100%. So the problem that, so this works.
That, and it will keep doing
it will
that
keep doing it.
until we turn off the...
Until they turn it off, until SRE turn it off, for example. Yep. So this is working, but there's another additional feature that probably they won't want as well from an ops point of view, is to do some kind of rate limiting, so throttling the jobs. Yep. So with this approach, it doesn't work that well in order to cater for that rate limiting, because initially I was thinking we could use this percentage of time feature from the flipper itself, but then it doesn't work well together with the actor type because they are like a different gate in a different gate. So if you turn on the specific actor for that worker, and then you turn on also the percentage of time, what happens is that for that particular worker, it will be deferred 100%, but for the other workers, it's gonna follow the percentage of time randomness logic. Yeah, so I was thinking of, we could kind of hack it a little bit by doing, so instead of, so there's this notion of flipper ID, so we can kind of pass it.
Dynamic feature flags? If you underscore the name of the worker or something, and then you do...
So this is, you pass in the percentage of time inside the actor name itself. Yeah, so it's like you would have worker. So this is what the flipper ID would look like in the end. But yeah, as you said, this is dynamic. So if you want to check whether that worker has this feature flag, it's not a simple feature.enabled call. You're gonna have to iterate over all the actors value, because you can have like multiple values, right, at the same time.
Yeah, I was thinking more like ChatOps run features set rate limit sidekick, no, rate limit authorized projects worker And
So in
percent.
the feature name itself is the
Yes,
worker name.
because then you can just use the percentage of time one, like
Ah,
before. So not having the thing as an actor, but having dynamic feature flag names. It's
right.
becomes less discoverable, and then yeah, but
I think it's similar to what. So Matt here is kind of suggesting similar thing, but with a new type of a worker type. So instead of development ops, there will be new worker type, and then you can.
I
Um,
think you can keep the ops name.
yeah. So I just want to check it. So that is possible to have dynamic. You don't have a specific definition of the feature flag. It's just you can just turn it on.
This I don't know. You might have to hack the validation thing to account for
Yeah,
it.
you can. I tried before.
Oh,
Because I was hacking around. Because multi-store is just dynamic feature flag. It's not dynamic. The feature flag string is interpolated. So if it's interpolated, then you have to the definition needs to be wait, no, if there's a definition, the usage must be found in the code base. But if there is no definition, then you can technically use whatever feature flag you want. And I think the only trouble is that hygiene, you have to keep track of what's being removed and what's being introduced. But I
yeah.
think Bob's idea is pretty good.
It's the biggest problem that I see with it is discoverability. Like it's it seems like it's going to be more common to fat finger something, or yeah,
Yeah.
because you can't do chatops run feature get.
You can only get all, right? Then you have to check
Yeah, you can
everything.
only get all of them, but you can't grep on it. It would be nice if you could grep on it. Maybe that's a feature to build in the chatops.
I guess yeah. That shouldn't, because there's already API to get everything and can just iterate and filter with.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I guess I can try that.
Yeah, take a look if that works properly.
Sure, yeah. Thanks. I guess that's it.
And with that, I think we can finish up and everybody can get a bit of time back. Bye all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thanks.